This is the way down into the pristine beach of Uluwatu. Beautiful beach. Yeah, if you go that way, it's nice and pristine. Over here, it's kind of like the hidden spot. You know, a lot of tourists don't see this part about Bali, or especially Uluwatu. So we'll take a look. What's over here?
Welcome to Surfing for Change. My name is Thiermann. Indonesia is a surfer's paradise. There's no doubt about that. The tropical climate, perfect waves, and friendly people of Bali have attracted travelers from all over the world. And the dirt roads and rice fields are quickly being transformed into a global tourist destination. But this little island has a big problem. It's drowning in trash. Last year, Kelly Slater tweeted, "If Bali doesn't do something serious about this pollution, it will be impossible to surf here in a few years. Worst I've ever seen." I went to Indo to learn about a new initiative people are taking on to clean up Bali. And of course, we had to get some waves along the way.
Oh, that was much too loud. You must be more gentle. Try again.
How long do you gotta take it?
That's the tricky.
Uluwatu is ground zero for surfing in Bali. This is Brooke Mendinger, or Bali Brooke as everyone calls him. He runs a small hotel that overlooks Uluwatu. I took a walk with him around Ulus to get his perspective on how he's seen it change over the last decade.
Maybe 20 plus years ago, this was just a nice pure river, just like all the other ones. But lately, with all the recent building and toilets, and the people use it for like a runoff disposal. You know, they'll throw their trash into it, they'll dump their septic into it, oily water coming from kitchen sinks go into it, everything goes in it. It's like their trash conveyor belt. But yeah, over the last, I don't know how many years, this river was cut, and it's actually what made the cut in the reef that makes the waves so good. In the wet season, yeah, the water comes off of here like a 6-foot tall waterfall, you know, and it's coming from up in the hills all the way down to here.
As Brooke was showing me around, we took a sharp left turn off the path to a swamp of cooking oil and garbage that had been discarded from restaurants on the cliff.
Dare me to go surf?
I asked a few locals if anyone was working on the problems at Uluwatu, and they pointed me to a guy named Curtis, who's heading up an organization called Project Clean Uluwatu. We just pulled up to the Uluwatu Surf Villas where we're going to meet with Curtis. He's the main guy who's doing this work on the ground in Uluwatu.
The situation here is kind of tough because it's on the edge of a cliff. We get around 500 visitors per day, and there's about 50 businesses there. And every time you buy something there and they make it in the kitchen, that waste ends up basically in the cave. The series of pipes there that are supposed to take it away are broken, and being on the edge of a cliff, there's nowhere for it to go except for right into the ocean. So what we want to do is install a environmentally friendly waste processing system.
This processing system is specifically going to deal with the problems of organic liquid waste. So all of the cooking oil from warangs and bathroom sewage that goes straight into the waves right now will be filtered through a processor. Then the gray water that comes out the end will be run through a series of gardens so they can put the waste to use and keep it out of the ocean.
You wouldn't believe it if you looked at it now, but a little over a year ago, there was around 30 tons of rubbish that Ezra pulled out of the ravine and had hauled away to the government dump. That was a literal mountain of trash. One of the best things that's happened was when we distributed rubbish cans to all the warangs. We carried them all down, and like the ladies who worked there were pretty excited about it, and the warang owners were pretty excited about it, and that was really the beginning of everyone participating, you know, and seeing that our goals here were common goals.
Indonesia's waste epidemic obviously isn't just limited to things like cooking oil and sewage, which are in many ways the easier parts of today's waste to solve. When things like plastic bags, packaging, and water bottles get thrown away, they often end up in dumps, or even worse, incinerators, which burn the waste, releasing chemicals into the air that threaten our health and the environment. We decided to take a trip into Kuta, the westernized part of Bali where you can get a Big Mac on every corner and party every night of the week until 10 a.m. It's also one of the largest cities for tourist-produced trash.
Wobble.
Our trip took an unexpected turn when we found out about a big swell about to hit an island nearby. So we postponed our next interview to follow the swell. Back on Bali, I found out that Indonesians used to slaughter 35,000 turtles every year. But because of this guy, that number is now 0. This is Pak Ketut Putra, and he's one of Bali's conservation heroes. I met up with him at his local temple to talk about his experience running a successful campaign in Bali, and to see if we could apply any of the tactics he used towards Bali's waste issues. It's really obvious what a timid and frightened animal the monkey is here in Bali. You were telling me that turtle slaughter used to be huge in Bali, but you pretty much single-handedly stopped that.
Yeah,
How did the community react to that?
350 people, all total hunters, total traders, came to my office, ransacked my office and burned my photographs like this. But the police people, the governor, sent 2 police cars to protect me. And then I came into the police car inside of it, and the 4 policemen protected me inside the car. So I went to the office and asked those 350 hungry people, hey, I cannot speak with all of you. Can you send me 5 leaders of you? Talk to me inside. So they came to 5 people came to the office and inside, and we talked. But now Balinese really understand it completely, and now they would like to support the conservation at all.
I'm sure that was
So this
scary.
is-
I'm sure that was scary though,
It
to
was.
show up at the office and
Oh.
have 350, like a mob of people
It was like a mob.
burning your photographs. That's really intense.
It was very scary.
It turned out to be really fitting that I interviewed Pat Katut at his temple, because he told me that a key part of the success to his anti-turtle slaughter campaign was getting all of the Bali religious leaders on board.
37 religious leaders making a commitment not to use turtle for part of the ceremony, part of the business, part of the commercial thing, and that's why they committed.
While Indonesia is the most Muslim country in the world, Bali is 92% Hindu. Pat Katut believes for the waste campaign to take hold with the locals, it's going to be necessary to get the Hindu religious leaders on board, just as he did with the campaign to end turtle slaughter. The government recently allocated funding for a multi-year Bali Green Fund to try and combat the trash epidemic. And Pat Katut has been put in charge of the strategic rollout of this project.
It's good though now that the government is really buy in. They are now the leader of this initiative. I'm really glad they just allocated funding now, to start up their planning process.
As we ended our trip, my big takeaway was that Bali's waste issues didn't happen overnight. It's not one of those things where you can point the finger at one local, or one tourist, or one corporation. It's the result of everyone, myself included, participating in a throwaway lifestyle. But the good news about everyone being the culprit is that it makes it easy for everyone to be part of the solution. If you're a traveler, start out small by making a commitment to not use plastic bags on your next trip. If you have money, help Curtis and the people at Project Clean Uluwatu get the funding they still need to build the waste processor. Get involved with organizations like Save the Waves, who are working to make Uluwatu a world surfing reserve. And finally, share this movie so Indonesia can continue to be a surfer's paradise for generations to come.